Well, hi everyone, it's Markus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room direct from Bali, but I'm heading all the way back to Adelaide, my hometown today, where I'm speaking to Rosie Roberts. Rosie is absolutely from the iconic, incredibly fast-growing bands. They're called the Axe and the Ivory, and they've got new music out. We're going to find out all about it. Rosie, how are you today?
Hey, Marcus, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Woo, please tell me Adelaide is a little bit cooler than right here in Bali.
Slightly less humid, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
pretty beautiful out there today.
I'm melting. I'm melting. Look at the size of my hair. Anyways, let's not talk about my hair. Let's talk about
I
your.
think it looks good on you. Maybe humidity is your thing.
Yeah. Axe and the Ivory. You guys have been around for a good few years now. I believe your first single first came out in 2015, which was called Wish I Was Yours.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
correct.
Incredible song.
You are correct. So it's been a little while.
Oh my God. And like, seriously, I don't even know because we don't even look that old. I can't keep up.
Trust me, I'm firmly middle-aged.
Hey, Rosie, when you guys all got together, I mean, obviously you guys have been friends for a very long period of time, and you were essentially just musicians and singers, lyricists, all coming together and doing the things that you loved. What inspired the band when you first kicked it off?
I think probably so Ben, who's the other lead singer-songwriter, and we've obviously been best mates for a really long time. And he actually uh I used to play in a duo with my brother, and he stole my brother for a punk band, and then I stole Ben back for a folk band. And I think we were just both like, we love writing songs, love storytelling, and so we were kind of where it started, and we were listening to the same music, and it just kind of grew from there, I guess.
So, Rosie, when you were younger, with your brother, with your friends as well, who were you listening to? Like, what artists were inspiring you with your direction?
It's pretty diverse, I think. Ben, who wanted to join the interview today but couldn't, he would say probably Simon and Garfunkel were big influences on him. I grew up listening to like a lot of my parents' music, like James Taylor was a big one, Bonnie Raitt, all those kind of singer-songwriters. And I guess as I got older, probably more political things like Annie DeFranco and a bit of Beth Orton, that kind of thing.
So, Rosie, who do you love now? Who's someone that performs these days that you're really into?
I really love Gregory Alanizikov. I love Phoebe Bridges. But like it's one of those things too. I still listen to like Bonnie Raitt's like newer stuff. Like I think there's people that kind of you continually go back to listen to their work. I recently got to meet Wendy Matthews, who's always been a big influence to me, and grew up listening to the album Lily, I think was the one that when I was a kid. So yeah, still listen to her music and went to see her last year. So yeah, I think there's sort of newer acts definitely, but also ones that persist through time for sure.
Wendy Matthews, just an iconic Australian artist. And, we've got some amazing female artists in Australia, whether it be, the Kate Sobrano, the Grace Knight even, and obviously just a year and a half ago, we lost the amazing Renee Geyer. And then Marsha Hines. I just saw Marsha Hines at the Woodville Town Hall last week or 2 weeks.
Cool. Yeah.
But we've got some incredible female artists with big, strong voices, right?
We really do. Yeah, we're pretty fortunate, I think, to have that kind of caliber of female musician. Absolutely.
And you're on that list too.
Well, lies, but thank you.
Hey, so tell us, obviously the new single is called Give It All to Me. It's just come out. Tell us about the new single.
So I think a lot of our previous music's pretty sad. Like we do tend to write some pretty sad songs, and so this was a bit of a different direction. Something's a bit happier, and it's a bit more probably country leaning than our previous stuff, but it's I guess it's a song about making the most of opportunities, and that one was written by Ben.
It's very perky. It's very up. It's very, I think you said it, you've had a bit of a change of direction with the songwriting for this single, but it's very perky, it's very uplifting, it's very it's feel good. It's kind of just like, hey, let's get out, let's have some fun, yay. Have you had a chance to perform it live just yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had a chance to perform it live?
Yeah, actually, it's one we've been performing live for, yeah, probably for the last year. We've been working on it live. So yeah, only just got around to recording it, but it's one that the band's been playing.
So Rosie, the Axe and the Ivory tour is about to kick off. It's starting October the 7th at Semaphore Music Festival, which is just, it's phenomenal, that festival. It's so much fun. I'm going to come down and check you out there. And then it's also going to be at November 8th, being the Crown and Anchor, the Cranker, as us Adelaideans like to call the place. And that's been through quite a bit of controversy just recently. Oh, look, let me just turn down that phone. But the Cranker is alive and well, thank goodness. And because you guys are going to be back there November the 8th, like I say, but then you're also doing New South Wales and you're doing Queensland as well. Whew, you're going to need a rest at Christmas time.
Yeah, I think so. It should be fun. We've done a couple of interstate festivals, but we've never played gigs interstate. So this is our first time doing that. So we're pretty excited.
And so what do you find, like, why do you enjoy doing what you do?
I just think honestly, like partly it's because I get to hang out with my best mates. So that's a massive joy. And I think songwriting is just such an amazing outlet to express how you're feeling. And I don't know, the thing about playing festivals, which is so much fun, is it's a great, you know, like a privilege to be able to perform a song, but also you get exposed to all these other bands that you've never heard before, which is pretty cool. So
Now,
lots of reasons.
Yeah, lots of reasons. Like
Lots of reasons.
Axe The Ivory are now a 5-piece band. Obviously, there's yourself, Rosie Roberts, but we've also got Ben Lovell, who you've just mentioned, Paul Cooper, Mark. Please forgive me if I said this name wrong, but Mark Overfeld,
Oosterveld.
Oosterveld.
Mark
Yeah.
Oosterveld, yeah.
I was not even close. And then of course now Jamie Lovell as well. So how cool, like, did you all go to school together? How did you all meet? How did it all come about?
I guess like the first, so Ben was sort of via my brother because they met each other and played in a band. And then Ben's brother James, who's on the drums. So there's the siblings in the band. And then Paul Cooper, we really wanted a banjo player, and we were playing at Tamworth Country Music Festival and met him up there. And it was just convenient that he actually lives in Adelaide. So he joined the band. And then Mark is the latest wonderful addition. So he actually, works at a music store locally and has been friends with my brother for years. So it's very Adelaide. We're all connected somehow.
Now, look, I mean, like, Rosie, you and I are not going to be biased, but there are some incredible artists, musicians, you know, bands all around Australia. But can we be honest? Like, Adelaide, like, really breeds bloody freaking great talent, right?
I agree with you. I think we definitely punch above our weight per capita for great musicians. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, like, seriously, I mean, Cold Chisel, you know, the stuff that's come out of Adelaide has been insane.
Yeah.
And, you know, do really good things. You know what? The rest of Australia is great as well. I mean, we've got amazing stuff. But Adelaide, you know what? Adelaide is really cool. And we, you know, we're starting to really blow our trumpet a little bit louder these days, and it's getting heard, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. And there's some pretty amazing kind of new acts that are coming out of Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
So as we approach the end of 2024, obviously with your tour that you're going to be doing, that you're about to embark on, what does 2025 look for you guys?
So yeah, we're in the studio at the moment, so we're recording a bunch of new tracks and hoping we've never put an album out, so that's the goal for next year, to work on a full-length album. We're really lucky to work with Mario Schwerte in Adelaide, so he's been helping us out with that. I think we might take a little bit of a break from gigs so that we can just work on writing some new songs. We're not the best multitaskers, so one thing at a time.
And Rosie, okay, we got to ask. I mean, what's the biggest argument you've all had together?
You know, we were asked this last week. It sounds really terrible, but I feel I want to give you something juicy, but everyone's really nice. They're just all really decent people. Do you know the only thing that's ever turned into a joke argument is that Ben doesn't like how I pronounce things in a very Australian way when I sing, but that's as much as far as it goes.
So out of the five of you, who's the biggest diva? And you can say yourself.
Nah, I don't think I'm a diva, but you'd have to ask the guys. I don't know. Who's the biggest diva? I don't genuinely like this. I think you might want to be their friend, Marcus. They're all pretty decent humans.
You know what? This could be the tagline for your bands. Like Axe and the Ivory,
Decent humans.
the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Axe and the Ivory, introduce him. Your mum will love him.
You know what? I may even bring my mum to the show. Let's see how we go. Wow. Can I tell you another thing? One of my favorite songs that you guys have done in your illustrious career so far is When I Was a Shelter. Absolutely amazing. Just a really, really pretty song. Who wrote that one?
It is a beautiful song. That one was written by Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty vulnerable, pretty vulnerable song for him. So yeah, I agree. It's beautiful.
So when you're doing your music, when you're, coming up with your new songs, all of that, what comes first for you all? And this may not be an answer that you can answer, a question that you can answer, but, maybe someone else in the group. But what comes first? Is it the lyrics or the music?
It's usually a bit of a combination. So Ben and I write together and separately. So sometimes we'll each, write a song with the melody and the lyrics and then bring it into the band context and kind of work on it together from there. So yeah, it's usually kind of, I think because, he's a guitarist and I'm a hack guitarist, we usually write as we're playing, I suppose. And then bring it into the band and the other guys just make it sound really much more fancy than I could ever make it sound.
Put the sprinkles on top. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Rosie Roberts, how do you define your music?
I would say we get called all sorts of things, but I would say we're probably indie folk, I guess is the closest. Sometimes a bit of country influence, sometimes a bit pop leaning, but yeah, probably indie folk.
Okay, so like we were saying, everybody, Axe and the Ivory are doing their tour, their Australian tour. October 17, they're being at the Semaphore Music Festival. November the 8th at the Cranker, the Crown and Anchor, but they're also doing the New South Wales and Queensland circuit as well. So I will put in the link for all of those shows. Get on board. Rosie, you're an absolute delight. I cannot wait to catch up with you when I get back in Adelaide. Hopefully it's a little bit cooler. I'm going to come and hang out at your shows and I can't wait to meet you.
That would be amazing. Thank you for your time, Marcus. Really appreciate it.
And all the best with the new single. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.